Few people are famous enough to be known by one name. We've got sort of Kylie, Gaza, Beyonce. And now we've got Dips.
Oh, gosh.
Welcome, Dips.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
It's great.
Pleasure to be here.
Been banding your name about, and I'm so pleased you've made the effort on this beautiful sunny Yorkshire day.
I know.
I'm lying. It's pouring it down outside. I'm presuming most people haven't been living under a rock, and a lot of people know, but just really briefly, for those people who are living under a rock, do you want to just tell people quickly who you are?
So I'm Dips from P1 Autokeys. I basically deal with car keys, key programming, ECU programming, anything to do with car electronics, basically. I do a lot of work with Mat Armstrong, Chris Slix, Mark McCann, Top Dead Centre, Auto Alex, Jack McNeil. I think pretty much most of the automotive YouTubers in the UK.
You've gone through most of my list.
Yeah, so I think we've covered most of them now. I think there's a few that are still to work through and stuff. But yeah, I basically just go around helping people out on any car electric issues or key issues that they have. I'm fully mobile, but yeah, we sort of go all over the place. Now getting calls from like abroad and stuff as well. So
obviously I've seen a lot of your stuff on YouTube. I'm an avid follower, and with Chris and Matt and most of the people you just named. Some of the projects you get to work on are, I'm guessing, provide you with a major headache in one respect. I'm thinking Veltov.
Oh gosh.
All right, well, won't mention that again. It must give you such a sense of sort of euphoria when you get it working and you get that, And those guys, I mean, they're absolutely helpless without you, aren't they?
A lot of the YouTubers, electronics, I've noticed, is something that a lot of them shy away from. Not shy away from, should I say. A lot of them, without sounding bad, haven't got the knowledge far, like in depth with electronics. So they can do so much with it, but when it comes to like coding and you need certain equipment and stuff like that, it's something that I have. So it makes my life a little bit easier and it helps them out. But yeah, just that feeling when the job's complete. Sometimes I can go to a job and it would take me like 5 minutes. Like we did Top Dead Centres a while back. They did a Porsche, and I drove about 2 hours to get there, and all it was the hazard switch was on the opposite way.
I've listened to that on the previous podcast.
So we did that, and then we can get to the other side of it where it's like Matt's 296 or the Revuelto, where it's just like I can spend. On the 296, I spent such a long time.
Did you top up the hours on that? Or?
I reckon I probably spent about maybe about 2 weeks on it over a few days. Over time.
Does that give you sleepless nights?
Yeah.
Stressing why you can't.
Even when I finish from there, and like if I've gone there on a day and I've finished from there and I've not actually succeeded, or I'm still working on it, I could go home and then I can sit there till like 2-3 in the morning researching, trying to figure it out. And I've got a lot of contacts around the world as well. So we're sort of working between us, like back and forth, like, oh, have you tried this? Try this, do this, do this. So I'll go back again, trial them, and it'll be like, okay, look, we've tried this, didn't work. What's next? Let's try this. Okay.
And I'm guessing that's quite a small band of people around the world, because it is a very unique skill, I suppose.
But I'll be honest with you, like people see me on the internet and people see me fixing other people's cars, but there are so many other engineers just like myself who are way more cleverer than me. So I would happily sing their praises as well. There's some amazing people out there that do some amazing work. And I think it's just because I've been called out to these jobs and I'm on the videos and stuff that people see it. But there are some really good garages, some really good electricians, some really good auto locksmiths out there that are just as good as me, if not better. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure they'll appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think between us, like, I've always had this thing where I like to help people, and I think there's a group of us that have the same, are all like-minded, so we all help each other out, and we're all based in different parts of the world, but we've all got that common sort of interest of like, can we fix this?
100%. And I think that's why you come across great on camera, because you're very humble and you're very honest, and that does come across, and people can see that. I'm glad. Which, I think that's
appreciate
definitely a good trait to have.
I do get frustrated as well sometimes, like when I'm working on something and it doesn't work. Sometimes I've got to just walk away from the project and be like, okay, I just need a bit of time away, and then I'll come back to it and be like, oh, okay, this is it, and then we'll fix it. Like,
you tend to get tunnel vision when you're focused on one thing so much, don't you?
Yeah.
If you take a step away.
Perfect example is the 296. I spent so much time trying to figure it out. We noticed a few things that weren't right with it, so we fixed them. Canvas wires were on the canvas plugs were on the wrong way, so it was shorting the can line out. Then we noticed that the steering wheel, the haptic button on it wasn't working. So we said to Matt, and he ordered another wheel, not realizing that it was not realizing that the second-hand wheel was also faulty.
Off a crash
so
damage.
And we couldn't look at live data on that button itself. So according to us, is okay, you've got a new wheel, it's going to be working. Not realizing that if we'd just swapped it for a brand new wheel, that would have been done. But then at the same time, that kind of helps me because it gives me more time on the car to try and figure stuff out. Even on that car, software unless it's a dealer tool, hadn't even been developed. So I was on the phone with the people that supply my software, Abritus, really, really good company, really good software as well. And I had the developers connected to the vehicle, and they were developing the software for us while I was working on it, to try and figure out what the fault was. As much as we can go so far with it, in even having developers on board, it still takes time. And with a lot of the YouTubers' cars, I fully understand that the videos have to be out at a certain time. So if we can't get it fixed within a certain time, it's got to go to the dealers, or there's got to be some form of solution for it. So,
but obviously the YouTubers are aware of that.
Yeah.
That, you might not be able to fix it.
Yeah.
That almost adds a bit of jeopardy to the video that goes out, will he, won't he?
Exactly. And often what happens is a lot of people think you're on that video and you are going to fix it in that video. And I think sometimes people need to sort of realize that, look, it might not happen. So as much as I would love it for it to be fixed on that day in that video, sometimes it's just not the case.
So from a viewer's point of view, I think, oh, great, they're going to get the car working. And then inevitably, when you do get the car working, I'm thinking, oh, that's going to be the end of that car now. It's going to be I've really enjoyed that project. Yeah. I wish there was another episode of it. Yeah. So it's a bit of a catch-22.
And also, like, when the YouTubers put out their videos, someone might only see me working on that car for about 20 seconds. That 20 seconds is about 2 months worth of work. Do you see what I mean? Of figuring out what we need to do, how we need to do it, is it going to work, testing it, and just trying it and stuff like that. So that's why on my channel, what I'm trying to do is trying to show more of an in-depth of the whole process of everything, uncut basically, showing that, look, these are the issues that we can come across. So we can test something thinking that's the fault, we fix it, and it still doesn't work. And we're like, okay, cool, we have fixed a problem, but the car's still not starting. So now we need to go and find where the problem is somewhere else. So it can be a bit difficult sometimes, but...
No, I get that. I watch your YouTube avidly. I'm an electrician by trade, and I've got...
Yeah, so you understand.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you say I understand. No. It's going back to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
It's electronics. It's completely different.
Yeah.
And then you start programming and coding.
Yeah, then
I may as well be speaking Mandarin or something. I have no clue. It's just... Yeah. It is a completely different subject.
And I think with technology advancing as well, it's making it so much more difficult because manufacturers do not want us to communicate with their cars. But there's a thing called right to repair. So they have to give us the means to communicate with these vehicles. So they do give us the means to communicate with the vehicles, but they then say, okay, for you to communicate with this car, you've got to be logged into our server. So that's where they stop us. So now we have to have software developers developing software that can do a workaround. Yeah. Like, for example, like the FCA group now, Stellantis, a lot of their cars have got, they've got security gateway modules in them. So you can plug into the OBD, but you can't communicate with the car until you have security gateway access, which means... So we've got to now strip the dashboard out, find the security gateway module, plug a cable in, which allows us to bypass that security gateway module. So people don't see this. People don't see that side of it. And I think that's what I think I need to show more of is that, look, you can't, on these newer cars, you can't just plug in and just expect to diagnose a fault and just it be that straightforward. Yeah. Having dealer tools, again, you've got to pay subscriptions, not cheap. you could be paying on some vehicles like Lamborghinis and stuff, I don't know, £8,000-10,000 a year, if not more, 30 grand maybe. It could be even more than that. But the costs of all this equipment adds up to so much that it's like there's only so much you can work on before you've now got to upgrade again.
So is that why you tend to find people specialise in one brand?
Yeah.
Just because of the overheads.
Yeah.
And then you will get them in to help you on that particular brand and vice versa. And
so we have equipment that's generic to most manufacturers, most brands, but them programmers are still limited as to what they can do because it's not the dealer tool. There's advantages to having aftermarket tools and there's advantages to having dealer tools. Dealer tools means you have a test plan. So if something's not right, it will tell you, check this, check this, check this, check this. Aftermarket tools will have the ability to then, argument's sake, if you want to put a second-hand ECU in, will allow you to put a second-hand ECU in.
Well, the dealer one won't.
Dealer tool will not allow you to do that. There's pros and cons to both, but there's costs to both as well.
Well, that was something I was going to ask you, just going back a brief second.
Yeah.
You were mentioning about having access to those parts and that right to repair.
Yeah.
Chris Slix's car for his dad.
Yes.
He put a lot of bits on that, which are now protected because of the serial numbers.
Yeah, they've all got signatures on them, and without having everything talking to each other, it's just not going to work. And I couldn't do anything with that. And we even spoke to like other people that have got dealer tools, but without having a brand new part in that car, you cannot do anything. And to then replace all of them as brand new parts is going to cost crazy amounts of money.
I get why the manufacturers are doing it.
Oh, yeah.
But how does that look from a recycling point of view?
Oh, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. There's a lot of things that you now, modules, ECUs, just so many things on cars that if it's on one car and it's taken off, you cannot do anything with it. This is where the people that supply our equipment will take that item, they'll read the flash on it, or they'll try and crack the security on it to make it so that you can now use a second-hand part into another car. So there's always that back and forth between...
It's just an ongoing battle.
Yeah,
and I bet you can't say the end to it. They're always going to be, we'll bring this out, we'll do this, and it's just going to keep going.
It's the same as security on cars as well. Like when a car gets stolen and a manufacturer has made security for it, and a thief has got a programmer that they can just plug in and steal the car, it's cat and mouse. It's like they create security, someone will try and break it.
I was very naive to all that, and I watched your video with Mat McCann, and I was just gobsmacked. I showed a few of my friends, and they were equal. We were just sat there with our jaws on the floor.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind-boggling. But if they lose a car, the insurance companies will write it off.
Yeah, they'll sell it.
And the customer will buy a new car from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
They're rubbing their hands together.
Yeah, that's it. And a lot of these, the issue that we have with a lot of newer cars is you have CAN bus networks in them. So a CAN bus network is technically a network where all the modules will talk to each other. Once you're inside that network, you're technically inside, which means you can do anything you want with that car. And the thing is, the problem that we have now is headlights will have CAN bus, radars will have CAN bus. All of these things on the outside of the vehicle will have CAN bus. So what happens is people will pull them, the thieves will pull the device off, like the radar or the headlight, and they'll connect wires to it, to the CAN bus network. And it has a coil, it has a device which has been created by somebody, and you put a key on it. It will code the key in through the CAN bus network. You can unlock the car. You don't even have to break into the car. You can unlock the car and then just drive away. Alfa Romeos are notorious now. If you just look at how many Alfas have been stolen recently, Alfa Romeos are notorious where they're taking the radars off the front. You've got Toyotas where they take the headlights out. You've got Range Rovers where they used to, on the earlier ones, where they used to cut a hole in the rear boot lid. So all these cars are being stolen without them actually being inside the car until they've actually got a key for it. Keyless technology, it's the worst thing. Honestly, I do not like keyless technology.
Might get rid of mine.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just like the way, I mean, they're making things better now with the keyless side. Like you've got the sleeping batteries and you've got the keys where if the key's sat there for ages, it shuts it down. They are doing security updates on a lot of vehicles, but the cars are still getting stolen. And it is just cat and mouse. Yeah.
I can remember when I was 18, 19, I think it was the Vauxhall Novas. If you smash the indicator.
Yeah.
Was it you put the
You turn the hazard switch.
Yeah, the hazard switch. But you could turn the alarm off.
Yeah.
By you broke the indicator,
short the
bulb out, and it blew the fuse on the alarm. So it turned the alarm off.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Break in, turn the hazard switch around, and you were off.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, that was back in the 80s. So that's it's just evolving. It's like you say, it's just a massive cat and mouse game.
It is, and even like we did a video with Mark, and I was showing him a website where you could get the VIN number off of Mercedes, and you pay them the money, and they will send you a working key for that car with no documents whatsoever, and that is scary. And these keys aren't coming from somewhere else. They're coming from the Mercedes factory. They are coming from inside the Mercedes factory. Same as BMW, they're coming from inside the factory. They're not, because these keys have to be registered. So if them keys are being registered and only the factory has that original genuine key for the FPS4 systems.
I'm not a detective.
Yeah, it's not hard to put two and two together, really, is it?
I do love Mark McCann's content.
Oh, he's brilliant.
He's very brave, I'll give him that. Because some of the situations he goes into are...
bit sketchy, but I think they're great. Mark's videos they're really informative. I think they love the way 100%. That... And Reese, his camera guy and editor, honestly, he's amazing the way that he puts it together. It's so good.
I'm not sure about his test track and his driving style, but...
that's it.
Would you buy a second-hand car off this man? Probably not. Well, no, his content is absolutely amazing. So
exactly.
I know there's a lot of stuff out there on social media already and previous podcasts, so I don't want to dwell too long on it, but just your background, I know your dad had a garage, am I right in saying that?
Yeah, my dad used to have a garage. I grew up in a garage, basically, just like messing around and playing around with cars, and I wasn't really into the mechanical side of it. For me, what excited me was electronically how things worked. I was like, how's these wipers moving when you press something here, and how's the sound coming out the stereo and stuff like that. So I used to strip everything down. My dad used to get fed up because he'd walk in the garage, there'll be a customer's car there, and I've taken things out of it. Yeah, I've got it in bits and stuff, and he's like, he only came in for wipers. Like, what you took the stereo out for? But no, I used to like, even presents and stuff, my parents used to buy me like radio control cars and stuff, and I'd strip them down, look at them, and then put it all back together and see if it worked.
Yeah. So are you fully self-taught then?
Yeah, never been to college for it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I went to university for about a week doing web design, and I used to do web design without even, we just learned it ourselves doing it on Notepad and stuff, but I did it for about a week. I was just like, no, this ain't for me. I just enjoyed cars too much. So my background's actually stereos. So I used to do like stereos, alarms, all that kind of stuff before. All the Max Power days, the big installs.
The 90s with the...
Yeah, just doing all the big installs.
Double dip screening and...
TVs and headrests, all that stuff. So, but I enjoy it.
Being mobile as well then, I suppose... That's another string to your bow, getting out and meeting different people. Web designing, you sat there just...
Yeah. That's it.
In a box.
And for me, that was the turning point, because like I could sit there in front of a computer making a website. It would take me like 5-6 hours to do one little bit on it, and then I just get so fed up because the computers were so slow. I couldn't afford a faster computer, so I just get so fed up, and it would constantly be crashing, and I just like, I can't do this anymore. But no, I think in life things direct you in the right way, and for me it was just like, cars are the way. It's just what I want to do.
I'm a great believer in everything happens for a reason.
Oh yeah,
and,
me too.
100%. So again, just with your history, I know you've been very outspoken about mental health because you had a big, I don't know what's the right way to describe it, a trip up in your life. So what brought that on originally then? Being
in the wrong crowd of people, not having any motivation, doing the wrong things. I didn't really have any focus. I didn't think life could take me. Like, you look at people and you look at successful people, and I'm not from a successful... I wouldn't say I'm not from a successful family. My dad built his own garage and everything, but I never used to pass exams or anything. I wasn't good at anything in that respect, but I just loved cars. So for me, it was like, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? When I was in the wrong crowd of people, I was just like, this is it. This is my life now. Like, there's nothing more.
And you'd resided yourself to that.
Yeah,
you were content.
Yeah, I was content. I was going to work. I was coming back. I was messing around, not doing the right things, no goals. And then my sister, bless her, she's absolutely amazing. She deals with mental health. She helped me out massively. And my friends, my really close friends, helped me out massively. Because when I hit rock bottom, I actually set the business up in 2015. And within 3 years, I had to shut the business down because I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I was doing with the jobs, but I didn't know what I was doing with paperwork and stuff. And because that was stressing me out with all the HMRC stuff and everything as well, I ended up shutting the business down. And it was just like, I can't do this. And then I ended up losing my car, my van. I lost everything. Then my sister got me back on my feet, which was flipping amazing because I never thought I could. And then after that, it was just like, okay, she's a big believer in manifesting. And she taught me about manifesting and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool, we'll see. Writing a few things down. Oh, this has actually happened. But you don't realize that when you write something down and you read it every day, that's in your subconscious now. So when I was like, oh, I want to make £100 a day, argument's sake, and I wasn't making anything nowhere near that. And I'm like, I want to make £100 a day. So I wrote it down. And then the first day I made £100, the day I rang my sister up and I'm like, you're not going to believe it, I made £100 today. And she's like, brilliant. She goes, right, what's your next goal? So I was writing all my goals down. And then I never forget this bit. I didn't do no work for Chris Slix was the first YouTuber that I did any work for. I used to watch Mat Armstrong. I used to watch like all the other YouTubers. I wrote in that book, and I've still got it to this day. I wrote in that book before I even did anything that I want to be working with the biggest YouTubers in the UK and the world.
Wow.
I've still got that, but it's still got it in the book, and I'll try and send you a picture of it as well.
That's awesome.
So you can post it up. But I had that put in the book, and then maybe 7-8 months later, Chris Slix rings me, and I didn't know who he was. I knew of Matt, but I didn't know of Chris. And he rang me and he goes, oh, look, I've got this Audi TT, this, that, the other. Can you come and help with it?
So when he rang you, did you know he was a YouTuber? No. It wasn't until you got there and he started filming?
Yeah.
Say with you?
Well, he did ask me. Oh, he did say to me that, look, do you mind if I film? And I was like, yeah, not a problem. When that happened and that went through, that sort of job got completed and he posted it, and then I started noticing like one or two extra followers on my Instagram. And then I was like, okay, look, this could be something. And then he gave my number to Matt, and then Matt rang me because he thought he'd lost the keys to the M5. So I went there, picked the lock, and then it just escalated. And then I was like, right, I'm going to give this my everything. And then I just went full force into it and like, right, get the van back, started the business up again.
But it's giving you that goal. You've now got something to aim for.
Yeah.
And that buzz to get up and out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. And I never in my life thought that I'd be sitting here. I always thought that if I'm doing car keys, there's only a limit to what I can achieve in doing car keys.
There's only so many people going to need a new key in a day.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And there's only so much I can do in a day. And then I was like, right, okay, if I want to make this business even bigger, how can I do it? Right, okay, what I want to do is I want to be more active on social media. I want to do more YouTubers work. Then Mark McCann rang me, TDC, Auto Alex.
And all that's true.
And it's just all escalating. Yeah, and it's just all escalating. And then I've had like loads of other YouTubers. I spoke to Tavarish as well about working on the P1.
I'm going to come to that.
Yeah. I'm so thankful and grateful for the people that I have around me and to the people that follow me and help and subscribe and just all of it, all the people out there that support us. Honestly, I take my hat off to these people and I praise them because without them, I'm nothing.
I said at the beginning, you're a very humble guy and that comes across. Yeah. And I get that. And I do appreciate now and on videos that you've put out about talking about mental health. Because I've been not quite as severe as you, but I've been there. I've struggled with it. I've been to Andy's Man Club and I've got a good bunch of friends around me who've dragged me through it. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And if you're struggling out there are people that speak to a promise. Yeah. You will always find a way. And quite often, you need a bit of a kick. Yeah. And you come out and going, oh, it's brilliant now. Yeah. You're actually a lot better off than you were before you went into it.
Doesn't matter how good life gets, I always remind myself of how bad it was. Because, and it's not to beat myself up or anything like that, but I have to remind myself that if I ever get to that position again, there is a way out. And there's nothing to say that it can't happen again or it won't happen again or anything like that. So, like, I always want to stay humble because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, look, life's great, this, that, the other. And then suddenly it's like you lose it all. So for me, it's like, I'd rather just appreciate what I do have and the people around me. And if I can help anyone else, like I've had locksmiths and other people, when I did the podcast with Ben, I had people reach out to me and say, thank you so much for that, because I didn't realize that there's a way out. I didn't realize that you could be so far down and then completely flip your life around. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So I try and help as many people as I can about even the mental health stuff as well, because it is so difficult. And I'm not even saying men in motoring, but women in motoring as well. For them, it's probably even more difficult because men might not even give them a chance in the motoring industry. But for men as well, I think there's so many that have got that old. Like my dad, he's a man's man. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't talk about mental health or anything like that. Whereas for me, it was like, I don't want to talk about mental health because my dad's never spoke about it. But then when you get help for it and you actually realize there's a way out, and it's like, no, we can't have that. We've got to actually speak about it and let people know that there's a way out. You can get help. There's loads of companies, there's loads of people, there's loads of support groups out there.
Loads.
Yeah, there is. There's so much. And I've always said this is, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. Because for years, my sister tried to help me and she couldn't, purely because I was not giving her the time. I wasn't giving myself the time. And you can only help someone that wants to be helped. You can lead them in that direction and sort of help them realize that they do need help. I think that's the difficult thing, is when someone's stuck in a rut, they're in that little circle and they can't see the way out.
Just on a spiral.
Yeah, and you've just got to sort of lead them out a little bit to show them there's more to life than just being upset about this or upset about that. And you can be upset. You rightfully so. You can be upset about things or not be happy about something. But there is also a way out to make yourself be happy afterward.
Yeah, appreciate you mentioning it, speaking about it. And yeah, many thanks to your sister for getting you in that position. Your sister does this professionally?
Yeah, she's got her own business as well.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the show notes below if anybody wants to reach out.
So her business is called River. She does a lot with businesses as well. So it's not only just like individuals. She can go into businesses and help their staff and stuff like that. But I'll give you all of her details, and then you can sort of put that in the description and stuff. Yeah. She's got her own Instagram and website and everything as well. So
please reach out if you need to. Yeah. And there's lots more out there. And there's Man Club, an obvious one.
Yeah. And even if someone wants to reach out to me and just talk to me about stuff, I'll always make time for people. Do you know what I mean? Because I've been through it myself. So if there's someone that doesn't want to go to anybody professional and just wants a chat, give me a shout.
Appreciate that.
No.
Thanks for mentioning it. Change the subject. You mentioned Freddie. I am dying to get to the end of that journey.
Me too.
I think I speak for him. He wants to as well.
I think he's doing an amazing job. I know it's taking a long time, and I know there's a lot of people waiting on it, and I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but he's only showing small bits, this, that, the other. But he's doing something that hasn't been done.
100%. I'll be honest with you, I feel like I'm picking on him a bit. I'm not, Freddie, if you're watching. I just want a bit of an update so I know what's what, you know. I mean, not last or so, but I remember he had a guy there, I can't remember his name now, trying to build 3 looms out of one.
Yeah.
And got it later. And I've done a little bit of loom building way back.
It's not easy.
Pre-canvas.
Yeah.
So, that's... I mean, that just looked... And I thought, if you can do that, mate, respect.
It is not an easy task.
Yeah.
The thing is also, what he's trying to do is create something that hasn't been done before. When you do that, you are always going to come across hurdles and issues and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that they can't be fixed. It just means you're going to come across these things. When I spoke to Freddie I think it was at the Auto Alex show last year, and we were speaking about it then, and I says, look, if you need any help with it, just give me a shout. I don't know where I can help with it, but if you need any help, I can try and help. A good friend of mine also who knows Tavarish as well, he does a lot of work with Canvas. And we spoke to Freddie about it, and he was like, he wanted someone that can come down and sniff the canvas network so we can get all the signals from it to then work out what the ECU is looking for. Because I think, as far as I'm aware, he wants it so that the vehicle's not looking for the hybrid system, but the DRS and everything else still works. So yes, it's possible. I don't know how far he's got with that at the minute, because I haven't spoken to him for a while now, but I don't know how far he's got with it, whether they've already done that or whether he's still waiting, or I'm not entirely sure at the minute. But if he does need me to head down there and help out with it, yeah, we've got the equipment and more than happy to do it. So I've already told him about that anyway. So
who, I don't know if you know, did they do it in-house? Who actually made the original McLaren loom and electronics? And
not sure.
Right.
Not sure who. It was probably made in-house, but it would have been, I don't know. I don't know who would have made the loom for it. They would have had their own sort of department.
I suppose more designed it, rather than made it. You could find somebody who worked for them, get some answers from that. I don't know. There's,
potential.
There's lots of. I know Elvis has had been to see him, hasn't he, with Wheeler Dealers. I forgot Mike Brewer.
Yeah.
They went across, didn't they, to help him? And
it's going to be a good project.
everybody just wants to help him. Everybody just wants to see it come to fruition. A really, really good
project. Yeah. Because he's redesigning the whole body and everything as well. So it's. That is amazing.
He wants to design it like he wanted to do originally, but was restricted because of type approval and all that sort of thing on the road, isn't it? I mean, it's just going to be incredible.
It is going to be an amazing project.
I mean, it's probably the most sought after car, I think. For a long, long time.
It's one of my dream cars, actually. McLaren P1 is my absolute favourite. I will get one day.
What's the Spurs?
That's it. Yeah. One day.
Few more keys.
That's it. Just sell a few more keys.
I can't wait to see it, mate. That'll be absolutely brilliant. So just on about Freddie then, is there any YouTubers that are out there that you want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
There's a
that you want to mention.
so Freddie is definitely one, because I haven't worked with him yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who else I'd really, really like to work with. Oh gosh, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sure there are some, but at the minute I can't think of any names.
I mean, there are so many out there.
Yeah.
It is knowing.
Yeah.
Who there are and the projects they've got on. I suppose, it'd be great working with them, but it's going to be more the projects that tease you.
Yeah,
and,
that's it. I think it is. There's a lot of people I'd like to work with, but I think for me, it's also the exciting thing of what's the project. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me personally, there's some crazy stuff that I want to do, and we'll talk about that afterwards as well, but it's on my projects. But that will be involving other people that I want to bring in. But they're not big YouTubers that I'm trying to bring in, because they're more like the techie side of it, to create some...
To create your project.
Yeah, to create stuff.
We'll come to that in a minute. So I just want to go back, while we're talking about the P1, just going back to, while we're on the subject of McLarens, what are your thoughts on McLaren road cars and all their technical woes? Are they over-exaggerated in your opinion? Do they have issues?
McLarens are great cars, and when they're working, they're even better. But I think the biggest problem, and this is not only with McLarens, but we'll talk about McLarens, but the biggest issue with McLarens is when they're not being driven. And this is the same with all supercars. When they're not being driven, the seals get dry, which means when you then start using the car, you end up with leaks in suspension and
water ingress into looms.
Just stuff like that, and batteries deteriorating, and just like so many things can happen when the vehicles are sat there. I'm on a lot of like WhatsApp groups for supercars and like other groups like that, and there's a Ferrari one that we're particularly on, and there's people that have got 488s, argument's sake, and they've got 50,000 miles on it, and they've never had a problem. And then you've got guys that have got a 488 and it's got 5,000 miles on it, and they're like, I've got this problem. And every time the people in there will comment to say, do you use your car? And they're like, I only put about 1,000 miles a year on it. And it's like, well, there you go.
There's your problem.
There's your problem, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the big thing. With McLarens, they're notorious. When the battery goes low, it will flag up every fault in the world. But if you can keep it on a battery maintainer, you're halfway there, do you know what I mean, to fixing most of your problems.
Yeah.
A lot of these new cars do have issues when batteries go flat. They lose data or synchronization or alignment, and McLarens are finicky for that. So if the battery goes flat, you've now got another problem because you can't start the car because it can't see this or it can't see that and stuff like that. So I think McLarens are lovely cars. I absolutely love McLarens.
They are my favourite, well,
Yeah.
I've been privileged and lucky enough to be driven quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they're phenomenal. They're
brilliant cars when they're working. Honestly, they're really, really good cars when they're working. And I know people that have got McLaren, like, for example, 720S, and they've got a Lamborghini, and they'll be like, you know what, the McLaren just feels more alive. So yeah, that's going on what they've said. But
the more raw,
yeah,
I suppose they're more like a racing car than a Ferrari or a Lambo.
I'll let you say that. You're gonna have everyone in your back now.
Sorry. Yeah, Ferrari's a bit more gentlemanly, I think.
Yeah, not the one that I'm building.
Okay.
Far from it.
We'll come to that one in a minute. I've seen some pictures. I was just laughing. I was on a trip recently, and we were just walking out of the car park, and somebody commented to another guy who was driving a 720. He said, "So how long have you had the McLaren then?" And he said, I've had it, I've probably had it about 8 weeks. McLaren have had it 3 months.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I know a few people that have had McLarens, and the McLaren's had it for longer than they have. And it's not 1 or 2 people, it's a lot of people. It is. But a lot of them, it's because they don't keep them on a battery maintainer, or they just don't drive them.
Don't use them. I did a trip last year in a 570S. We did 4,300 miles in 12 days. We drove all the way down to Spain and Portugal.
Wow.
Round and back, all the way over the Pyrenees, back up. Never missed a beat.
Nothing wrong.
Not a problem at all.
There you go.
Absolutely brilliant.
There you go.
Yeah. But I put new batteries in the keys and trackers before we went.
Yeah.
Made sure everything was happy day. You know, it worked a treat.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think that we have with McLarens, and it's quite a big issue, is the keys fail. Mm-hmm. Like, the keys are just horrendous.
I have watched your video on that.
Yeah, I do so many McLaren keys, it's unreal. Like, we repair them, we replace them. They have massive issues with keys. The other big issues that I suppose they have is window alignment, suspension faults sometimes. The accumulators, they're just notorious for failing anyway. But aside from that, I don't think they really have that many problems.
So is there anybody who does a spurious key that's better quality or better manufactured?
Petron are the company that make the keys, the circuit boards within the keys. And the problem with the circuit board, the problem with them keys is the circuit board's about that thin. When they sit inside the case, there's space underneath the circuit board where the battery sits. What happens when people keep pressing it, as they're pressing it, the circuit board's bending. And what they've got is they've got a chip that sits right across where the bend would be. So it ends up lifting the chip off the circuit board. And people get to their cars and the car won't start, or the central locking won't work. Or the buttons, the buttons that they use on the keys as well, they're just like flat surface mount buttons. So the pad moves away. So you press the button and it's not doing anything. You can feel it pressing, but it's not doing anything. So it's all these little things that potentially could be improved, but...
So you're better off using the button in the door to lock it?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, use the button on the door.
Give your key a bit more longevity.
It's just gonna happen. It's one of them things. It's just gonna happen at some point.
Business idea.
Yeah.
Manufacture some spurious keys.
I've already spoke to someone that we're in talks with at the minute about recreating new McLaren keys. They won't be made by Petron because they're not going to work with us. But yeah, working with... And this is the other thing is when the keys that are used for a lot of vehicles, like Ferraris, Lamborghinis and stuff, are from other vehicles. Like, for example... The Lamborghini Aventador uses an Audi A7, A6 style key. McLaren's is specific to McLaren. Do you see what I mean? It's not from any other vehicle. And that's where it causes a problem. Ferrari, they use FCA keys, so they're using a Fiat system. So McLaren's is specific to McLaren,
Unique.
which makes it a little bit more difficult.
Got it.
Definitely something to
You're
consider.
obviously way ahead of me. So, yeah. You mentioned projects.
Yes.
So I'm dying to know. You did show me briefly a picture earlier. Your 360 Moderna
Yes.
from Auto Alex.
Yeah.
I was genuinely nearly crying along with you when that boot lid came over.
That happened within 1 hour of getting the car, and I honestly
was mortified for you.
I wanted to cry, but I just knew the camera was looking at me at that moment.
I mean, you had your head in your hands at the side of the motorway.
And something I want to set straight. A lot of people, when that video went out, I wasn't expecting to get the views that we got on it. We got about 245,000 views on that video. There was probably about 600 comments of people saying, it's the recovery driver's fault, this, that, the other. And I want to set something straight first. Firstly, that guy was not a recovery driver. He was actually my best friend. Secondly, he was helping me bring so he owns a body shop, so he does body work. So even if that whole car came off the trailer and got destroyed, we'd still be able to fix it.
He's the man to repair it.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, I trust him with everything. He's my best friend. So I would like people to stop saying it's his fault.
Stop the hating.
Yeah, that's it. It's not his fault. And we had so many comments saying, oh, it's the recovery driver's fault. He should have paid for it. This, that, it's like, no. I'm the one that got the bungee cord out of my van and put it on the car. We were stuck when the boot lid went up the first time because there was no lock on there. And it's my fault because when we were there, we were supposed to collect the car. The car was supposed to be running. So we got there. It was chucking it down with rain. I'd only had limited tools with me as well. And I was like, look, let's just get it on the trailer and we'll bring it back. In the excitement of bringing my first supercar home, I completely forgot that the boot lock wasn't connected and they'd put a bungee cord over it. So when we got it on that trailer and we were bringing it back and the boot lid came up.
Saw the first video,
as it came up, we're like literally on the phone, like, Dad, pull over. Pulled over, pulled it down. And I actually bought, because I knew that boot lid didn't have a lock on it, I actually bought with me some wire to hold the boot lid down. But we had all the bumper and all the other stuff inside the car and I couldn't find that wire. The only thing I had with me was a bungee cord that holds my seat in my van. So I was like, right, we'll just put it on. And yes, okay, I know he lifted it and said, yeah, that'll be all right, this, that, the other. But he felt so bad afterwards. And I was like, Daz, it's not your fault.
I'm not surprised with all that online hate.
Yeah,
it's not needed.
People just just love jumping on that bandwagon.
Just hidden behind the keyboards and screens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We had so many people, and I was sitting there. I'm not even kidding you. I was sitting there. My mate rang me because the video went out and I was actually on the road at the time. And Dad rang me, he goes, have you seen the comments? And I was like, no. And he goes, Dips, people are going in on me. And I was like, right. I pulled over and I was deleting comments and I was like 2 hours away from home, kept pulling into the services and I was just deleting comments one after another. And I was like, why should I have to go through this? Do you know, like, it's not fair on him. He's helped me out. He's drove 2 hours to bring my car back.
And he's obviously taking it to heart because he's ringing you.
Yeah, and it's not his fault one bit. And even with right now, someone put a funny comment on there, like, oh, it's the African delivery drivers' fault that they should be paying for it. Yeah, so now we've got this standing joke. Yeah, he's my African delivery driver now. But honestly, like, he was going to be painting that car anyway. Do you see what I mean? So it was, regardless of whether that boot lid fault happened or not, the car was going to get repainted. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so
completely.
The fact that the boot lid flew open, and I've got to say a huge thank you to Supercar Nigel. He knows why, and it's to do with the boot lid. That's all I'm going to say. But we managed to get another boot lid. And we've just sorted the roof. I've got a video going out this week or next week, which is the next part of it. But we've got the roof sorted. We've got the engine out. We've started straightening most of the framework up and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a tough moment when that boot lid flew open because I was driving behind it. And I was in my van and I was just watching this boot lid come up, and we're like, no, we pulled over. And then second time, we just seen it come up and we're like ringing him back to say, pull over. Before we even got a chance, the boot lid just went wham, which went all the way over. And I was just like, oh God. But it kind of worked as a blessing in disguise because as soon as that happened, the views went up, the channel got more thing. And I think it's just people love seeing failure. People, and I hate saying it, but people love seeing things going wrong.
I get that.
Yeah,
it can happen to everyday people.
Yeah.
And people on YouTube.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't think you're the YouTube star.
No, that's it.
Little dips from Leicester.
Yeah.
And don't appreciate, things go wrong for you.
Things go wrong for everybody.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone. We're all human, and
Yep.
it is what it is. And yes, okay, I wanted to cry when it happened. But by the time we got home, by the time we got the car back to the garage, and I looked around it and I was like, you know what? We are so lucky, because if that boot lid came off, that would have been in the front of my windscreen. Yeah, that could have caused a car next to us to have
or
caused,
worse, somebody
or
else's.
worse. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, in my eyes, that was a blessing in disguise. Because I stayed behind it the whole way just to make sure that if anything was to fly off or come off or whatever, I'm behind the car. We can put the hazards on, slow down, and pull over. But it can happen to anyone. And
going back to something I said earlier, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
You
and it does, because
yeah.
as soon as that went, we got so many more subscribers, we got so many more followers. Now it has a story to it, more than what was already on. It's added to the story that was already a part of that car. So
I had a friend who sadly passed away last year, and he was Mr. Adventure. He used to go off on motorbikes on his 90, around Europe on a Honda 90, and just some of the adventures he did were crazy. And he was a massive advocate of life is the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
And they're the adventures. He planned a trip from local to the motorist here, up to John O'Groats, down to Land's End and back again. And he planned it to the nth degree, and he rang me a couple of days in, he went, it's boring. I know where I'm going to be, I know what's going to happen. And a couple of days later, he rang me back and went, I've got a puncher, the adventure started.
Yeah.
And it was things going wrong that he loved. And then the best one, he pulled his Honda 90 up on a riverbank, beautiful background. He put his helmet on the seat, got his iPad out the back, turned around, walked back to take a photograph, and he turned around, his bike had gone, and it had fallen in the river.
Oh no!
Luckily, it was like a bimbling little river, not like the River Ouse.
I don't mean to laugh, but that is...
No, but he was laughing about it later. But he had a split-second decision to make.
Yeah.
His bike was in the river, and he could see it. It was stuck out the water. But his helmet was bobbing away down the river. So he had to throw his jacket and his boots off, jump in and swim and get his helmet.
Oh no!
Came back and then managed to get his bike out. And then spent the next day getting his bike running. Got a B&B, everything hung up there drying. But he's like, right, this is the adventure. They're the stories that you want to tell. If he'd just said, oh yeah, I drove up this road from there to there, where's the fun in that?
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that was the same for me as well. Like, some people actually said to us in the comments, and people were like, oh, you've done this, you've set this up. And I'm like, hang on a second. So I can't afford a supercar. I managed to get a clapped out supercar, a Ferrari, and I don't have Ferrari money, and you think that I'm going to destroy it? Yeah, exactly.
And risk
on the hope that I get
on the M1.
Exactly. In the hope that I get some views. Like, come on, it just doesn't make sense. Not my style.
To be honest with you, I very rarely read comments on social media. I just look through them.
I got told by all of the YouTubers, if you get nasty comments, don't reply back to them. Mm-hmm. So I was just like ignoring all these comments. And then someone put a comment on there saying, oh, you're just Mat Armstrong from Temu. And I just couldn't stop laughing. Honestly, I was I don't know if I could swear, but honestly, I wanted to swear. I was just like...
I didn't know what you were going to say then, but I was already laughing before you'd said that.
I was like, okay, that was a good one, mate. Fair play.
Like that, actually.
That's fair play.
I'd give the guy a mention.
Yeah, that's it. I left his comment on there as well. But honestly, it's like some people are just so nasty on the comments. Some people are so nice. Some people were just like being really like understanding that, oh, look, mate, I'm really sorry it's happened. I'm sure if anyone can get it sorted, you guys can get it done, this, that, the other. And that's the kind of stuff that you want to see. But people love failure. And I'll come back to that. It's like people love seeing something going wrong and how do they fix it. And this is why most of these automotive YouTube channels exist, is because people want to see something broken, something not working, and they want to see how does it get resolved. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, and I'm the same. Like, I'm not saying I want to see people fail, but if something's broken, like a part or something to do with a car, I want to see how do they resolve it.
How are you going to get that back to full working order?
Because as much as people might watch Matt, Chris, Mark, and myself, and like all these other YouTubers on thingy, we also watch other YouTubers. Do you see what I mean? So it's just how it is.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you watch your own stuff back?
After editing, no.
Yeah.
Because when you're editing, you watched it about 100 times.
So you do all your own editing?
Yeah. There are a couple of videos that we've had other people edit. Some great, like really good editors, and they've edited it and stuff like that. But at the minute, I'm still a small business. So there's only so much, and with the amount of money that I have to plow into programmers and stuff like that, there's only so much I can put into the social, into the YouTube side of it. So I just edit my own, and it's me, because in my own mind, I can see what the vision is of how I want the video to start and finish and sort of go through it and stuff like that. When we're recording the video, I know that I'm recording it like this because that's how I want the video to be.
You can already see the final edit in your head.
Yeah, that's it. But no, I'm enjoying the editing side of it, to be honest with you. It does take time, but in my mind, I know what the story is going to be like. Like when I first started doing recording stuff to put on YouTube, I was recording everything. I'd have about 4 hours worth of footage, and then I've got to go through it all, and I'm like, I don't even know what bit I want in there.
Get that down to an hour.
Yeah, not even an hour, like 20 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So now when I record stuff, I already know that it's going to be a 30-minute video or a 15-minute video, and I will record it so that I can literally drag everything and just drop it into the timeline, clean up the bits that I need to clean up, throw some music in, and then just upload it. Because I'm not going for mad production levels on the videos. It's
and
just
you can't spare a day to edit it. You've got an hour to edit it.
Yeah, I don't have that much time to edit them and stuff like that. I mean, there's certain videos, like for example, the first Ferrari video, I did spend a bit of time with that one. Second one, the next few videos that we've got coming, I'm going to have to spend some time editing them. But I have got some good friends that also do editing and sort of helped me out and stuff as well, which is absolutely amazing. So
back to the Ferrari then.
Yeah.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Do people have to watch the video? Or,
no.
Right?
Talk about it. Yeah.
Go on then. Where are we?
So we've pulled the engine out. We've straightened most of the rear framework up. We've just got to wait for. I literally just messaged Bob yesterday from Machine Shop. Just messaged him yesterday with a video saying, right, we need to do this, because he said he could send me a video of it. So I've sent him a video.
He's a busy man, isn't he?
He's definitely a busy man now. Definitely a busy man. But yeah, so we've got to straighten all them bits out, re-weld it, and then the idea is I want to drive the car with the signatures on it because I think it's just cool, and also we are designing a new body kit for it as well, a completely custom body kit.
Is that through Mr. Slix by any chance?
Nope.
No. Okay. Right.
No. Nothing wrong with that, but as in it's just I designed the kit myself, and then I've given it to someone that we know who basically can 3D model it.
Okay. Wow.
And what the plan is to do is, instead of 3D printing the body kit, what I'm going to do is 3D print the mold, because I don't want a 3D printed body kit. I want a carbon fiber body kit. I want it to be done properly. So no disrespect to people that are 3D printing stuff or body panels and stuff like that. But it's just that I know with the heat and stuff like that, I just don't want any warping or anything like that. So my idea is to create the body kit, 3D model it, and then do the reverse of that, which is the mold, and then actually make that mold in carbon fiber. And then that should then go onto the car itself, because I don't want to add extra weight as well.
That sounds like a 5-minute job.
God, I wish. And then also I am going to be manual converting it as well. I've got to say a huge thank you to Rob at Strada Spares, because he is helping me with supplying all the parts for the Ferrari, including the manual conversion. Daz at Darkside Body Shop is going to be doing the painting, the African recovery driver. He's going to be doing, my mate's probably laughing when he's watching this anyway, but yeah, he's going to be doing.
What makes you think your mates are going to watch this?
Yeah, that's it. After this, what mates? I've got to say a massive thanks to Iced Out Services. So that's basically part of Darkside Body Shop. And what we've also done is we've ice blasted the whole engine bay, because she was looking a bit tatty. Yeah, it was bad. there was a lot of oil leaks and a lot of other stuff. So massive thanks to the Iced Out Services guys as well. And Tom, who's giving us a hand with the whole engine. He's a good friend of mine. He's built loads of Ferrari engines, Porsche engines and stuff like that. So he's going to be giving me a hand with like just putting the engine and everything back together. And then my friend Matt Fells is dealing with like the plenums. He does like restoring and stuff. So he's going to repaint all the sort of finishes on the engine and stuff. And then I'll do all the electronics and the interior. I've got a good team. I've got
it sounds like you've got...
I've got the right people, great friends.
And are they as enthused about it as you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. yeah. They're probably fed up now with me going on about it for so long.
Every time on the phone again.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, God, ignore that. No, I've got some great friends who are all helping me out. And I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
That's great.
Yeah, I probably would, but... not as well as they. Yeah, I can't do it. I need your help, boys.
I can't wait to see that project progress. Have you got any more projects on the go then? What have you playing with anything else?
Aside from the 360, I've got a BMW E30, which I've had since 2010. Never really put it out on socials or anything that much, but that was like a full rebuild, nut and bolt, engine out, bare metal repaint and everything as well. So that's just now only came on the road about a month ago.
Yeah, so Dip showed me some pictures of that before we started. And,
it's nice.
It's very, I do like an E30.
It's I've still got to sort the interior out and stuff, but we'll get there. But no, I don't have any other projects aside from that at the minute. I would like to get something else. I want to build a track car.
Well, I was going to ask you, because you've done track days before, haven't you? So have you got that car anymore? Or is that
no, so I used to have a BMW 235.
Yeah.
And he's going to hate me for this. My mate Daz was driving, we were at Silverstone at officially gas track day.
Yeah.
And I was driving around on the track, and he always says that I don't drive fast enough. Because I was picking up all the rubber off the track.
So you were offline as well?
Yeah, so I was off. Yeah, so that's what he said to me. I was off the racing line. I was picking up all the crap off the track, and I've gone back in. And I was like, my steering's shaking, and he's like, look at your tires, and they're just covered, just absolutely covered in like little pebbles of like rubber.
You've watched the F1 where they do the pickup on the last lap to make the car weigh more.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't realise that until after this had all happened. And he was like, oh, look, I'll take it on track and we'll just go hard around the corners and it'll peel off. It's like, yeah, brilliant. So we've gone round, done a lap, come back round, doing a second lap, come round one of the corners, back end swung out. As the back end swung out, the car's just cut out. Literally, like we just pressed the stop button and it just literally cut out. We're like, hey?
Well, electrically, well, not fuel
Yeah, just
surge.
like the whole car just cut out. Like we just turned the ignition off mid driving. Like, hey, what's going on there? But that's because it's an auto, as soon as you press the start button, the thing goes straight into park. So now we can't move the track. We're on the... we can't move the car.
So were you still moving at this point when it went
No,
to
we
park?
sort of pulled to the side of the track. Right. So we were going round one of the bends, it slid out, and then we just stopped on the side. Press the start button, car went bing, straight into park. We're like, no. Recovery trucks come. It's like, oh, can we tow it? It's like, can't get it out. Trying to start it's going click, click, click. Got it on the flatbed, and he's drove us through the pits. Everyone's looking at us.
the driver.
Yeah, that's it. Head down, and we got it back, and it was completely seized, and it had basically had oil starvation. All the oil had gone to one side. I didn't have a baffled sump in it at the time. All the oil's gone, and that's it. It was done. So we got it back, got it repaired from a company in London. Didn't do a great job. Still didn't sound right. Got another engine, wasn't great, and I was like, you know what, it's time to get rid. So I ended up selling the car, and it was a great car. Don't get me wrong, 235, 400 brake, so much fun. Yeah. But
so which circuits did you do in it?
So I did quite a few in that one. I think we did Silverstone. We've done Donington.
I've seen your video at Cadwell.
Yeah, did Cadwell. We've done quite a few. Yeah, I think we did Blyton as well with it. I had a GT86 before that. I know we did Blyton in the GT86. Yeah. That was a good car. Yeah.
So what's your favourite circuit?
I don't know. It really depends. I think they're all different in their own rights.
They've all got their own.
I did get the opportunity though, a little while ago, to drive an SF90 at Imola, which was amazing. So we actually got it to 1,000 brake on the straight, which I wasn't expecting to do, but that was something else. So yeah, driving at Imola was like a dream come true.
I mean, driving at Imola's one thing, an SF90, another thing. I've followed one before now on the road, and just thinking, wow, just following it. Yeah,
they are absolutely amazing. But I weren't expecting to do it. It was basically the company that provides one of my programmers. They invited me out to Italy to do some stuff, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to be taking some pictures at Imola. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, do you want to?"
Go on, then.
She goes, "Oh, do you want to drive?" She goes, "You can drive a car on track." She goes, "Do you want to drive the RS6, Audi RS6 or an SF90?" And I was like,
let me think a minute.
Yeah, that's I goes, because she was going to drive the GT3 RS. So I was like, "Yeah, you drive the GT3 RS. I'm taking the SF90. The RS6, I could drive one here." Yeah, that's it. I could drive one in the UK. I can't drive an SF90 here yet at Imola.
Yeah, that's incredible. Wow, that must have been like a little kid in a sweet shop.
Such a good experience.
Yeah, that was awesome. So UK circuit, have you got a, if you say, right, there's a track day next week, anywhere you want, where would you go?
Potentially Silverstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
The speed and
I enjoyed that. So Donington Park is not too far from us.
Yes.
It's about maybe 30 minutes down the road. Mm-hmm. But I do enjoy Donington Park. Yeah. I think it's a really good circuit as well.
I was there on Monday, and I did Donington 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it took me a bit of learning the circuit. But yeah, it's quick. You've got to be brave through craners.
Yes. Yeah. So one of my friends, Daz, he's from Darkside Body Shop. He's got he's going to hate me for this because I keep calling it a Seat Coupe, Seat IB. I don't know. It's a Seat. Do you know what? He always takes the mick out of me because with the Seats, I don't know all the models. Yeah. Yeah, but he's got a fast Seat.
Aren't they all the same?
That's what I say to him. I'm like, they're all the same. Do you know what I mean? But
he's got
a Seat Ibiza, I think. Yeah. He's probably going to kill me for this. He's got a Seat Ibiza. It's running about 500 brake, but it's so quick. Like, he's had Porsche GT3 RSs struggle to shake him off. And it's so fast. On the straights, obviously, the GT3 RS is gone. But around them corners and stuff like that, the GT3 RS is like, he's there right up their arse and stuff. So, but I love doing track days. I absolutely love doing track days. It's expensive, though. It works out expensive. Like, if you think about it, tyres, brakes, it all adds up.
It's probably one of the cheaper forms of motorsport. Yeah. But motorsport is inherently expensive. Yeah. And the faster you want to go, the more money you've got to throw at it. Yeah. And it doesn't get any cheaper.
Yeah, because even brakes and stuff like that. I mean, you can run your normal brakes and everything, but he's got like some £2,500 brakes discs on it and stuff like that, and it's just like it adds up. Yeah. But all of this makes a difference. So
of course it does. But when you do a track day, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be the fastest on that circuit that day? Or are you just trying to better yourself?
I'm just trying not to crash. just trying to keep myself away from the walls. That's it. No, not trying to be the fastest. Just trying not to be last. Yeah. Well, I think I'm just bettering myself.
I'm just trying to better myself and do a perfect lap, and you never will.
No,
you're never gonna, especially on a track day, because there's a lot of other people on there.
Yeah, I did at Donington. They had one of these trainers there as well, where they train you. Mm-hmm. And she was really good, actually. She took me out and she goes, this was in the 235, and she goes, everything's good. She goes, the only thing that you need to start doing is just braking a little bit later. I think I was braking a bit too early and stuff. She goes, look, your brakes are good on it. You can sort of brake a little bit later and stuff. But I think that comes from when we went to Nürburgring. I think I have now got the slowest recorded accident at Nürburgring. So it doesn't sound right. We went Nürburg with like Matt and everyone, and I had my 235, and it was raining really badly, and I was never been around Nürburg, not even on the sim or anything. Yep. And I was like, okay, I'll just take it slow. So I did a sighting lap first. Did my own sighting lap. Just went around slowly. And then the following morning, all my mates were going out, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable because it's raining, like really bad. And they were like, yeah, just come out. I was like, all right, sound. So I went out and got to one of the corners, and I was doing about 36 or 37 miles an hour, just like tootling along.
Normally it's 60 or 70, not 36 or 37.
Yeah, I was like really slow. And I've gone around one of the corners, and the back end's just snatched like that. And I know it's a rear wheel drive. I know I should have opposite locked and powered out, but I didn't. I just held the steering wheel, pressed the brake, and I just went, ooh, bunk, into the barrier. Like the slowest accident, I had so many cameras around me as well on the car. And we looked back at the footage, and there's not a single piece of damage to the barriers. All that had happened is my bumper had just popped out on the corner, just that little screw there, and the headlight had a scratch on it. And we got off, or at least we went back round again, came out to the exit, and the guys pulled me over, and he's like, "Oh, can you just park here?" He goes, "We just need your documents, this, that, the other." It's like, okay, I've only small damage. About a month later, I get a €1,500 bill through the post for barriers and the gravel. And I was like, you're kidding. And I've got the footage of it and everything. And I was like, there is just no way they've charged me that much for that. Honestly, that was, my mates still take the mickey out of me because that was the slowest accident ever recorded, I think. Like, that's properly slow.
So I'm guessing when you came back around, everybody there was just...
Oh, yeah, I was...
ridiculed forever.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
Yeah. I've learned to go a bit quicker around corners now.
You've been to Germany, you've been to Italy, anywhere else around the place? Did you go with the boys over to that one, was it Portugal, where the guy had built that circuit with all the best corners?
No.
I can forget what that was called now, with the hotel at the side. And,
I know which one you mean, but I don't know what it's called. But I've not been to that.
Yeah.
But they do say, so my friend just went Anglesey, and he was saying that at Anglesey, they've got a lot of the corners, which are similar to a lot of the other tracks in the UK. I've never been there.
Anglesey is a good circuit. It's a long time ago since I went. But
it's supposed to be really good, actually.
Yeah.
But I've not been to that. I've not been Anglesey.
It's a long way from anywhere, is Anglesey.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I think it took him about 4 hours to get there.
Yeah. So away from that then, hobbies. Have you got time to do anything else?
No, don't really get time for much hobbies. There are so many things that I'm interested in that I want to do. Mm-hmm. Like I've got 3D printers because I like creating things. I've got a lot of electronics things that I want to make. Currently at the minute, which is really interesting me, is I want to create Jarvis from Iron Man. So I want it in my car, on my phone, in my van, in my house, and I want it to be everything linked together.
I'll be honest with you, I've no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know Iron Man, the film?
The music's amazing.
Iron Man? Oh, no, what?
Sorry.
You must know about the film Iron Man, Marvel.
I'm aware of its work.
Yeah? Yeah. So Iron Man has. Have you seen the film?
No.
Have you not?
No.
Oh,
I've listened to the soundtrack because I know AC/DC did the music for it.
It's nothing to do with AC/DC. So Iron Man is. Oh, how am I going to even explain this?
He's a superhero.
Yeah, he's a superhero.
That's why I don't.
He's got a wicked suit and everything, but he has an assistant called Jarvis. I think in the later ones they called it Friday.
It's a bit like Batman's Parker.
Yes, but it's like an AI assistant type of thing before AI was actually out in that
Holly
respect.
on Red Dwarf. The computer.
Red Dwarf.
Never watched Red Dwarf.
Have you not?
We've got a whole different TV thing going on here.
Have you not seen Red Dwarf?
No, I'm saying to you, Red Dwarf.
Oh, Red Dwarf, yeah.
Holly, the computer on Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
So Jarvis,
I'm glad we got there.
So Jarvis is like that in the sense that you can ask it anything and it will do things and stuff like that. But that's something I really want to create because it's just super cool. Also, things that I'm trying to work on, like for my E30 at the minute, I'm trying to keep it retro, classic, but have everything updated, like adaptive lighting, auto wipers. Just trying to make it so it still looks old school, but it's got all the new stuff in it, like just everything that most new cars would have. Do you know what I mean? So
I get that.
For me, it's more about technology. That gets me excited.
So would you put lane assist in it?
So these are things that I would like to try. And
just to prove the concept.
Yeah, just to prove that it works. Do you know what I mean? You can drop the cameras in, do the ADAS calibration and everything, make sure that it's then got to have electronic steering in it, and it's got to have adaptive braking and all that kind of stuff for it to work. I don't know how all of that would work at the minute, but it's things that I'm...
But I get it's the challenge that...
Yeah, for me, it's more about the challenge. If it worked and I didn't like it, I'd just take it out the car. But for me, it's just like, okay, cool, it's worked. That's it.
Result.
Take that box, move on to the next project. That's it.
I get that. You see, for me, all those driver aids I absolutely despise.
Yeah.
The first time I get in a new car.
Oh, yeah, everything just turned off.
Turn them off. And but then you come to restart it and it'll come back on again.
Yeah.
Is there any way of coding those out?
Yeah. A lot of vehicles, you can code most of the things out.
Yeah. Would that invalidate your insurance?
I don't want to answer that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. It's just an idea, you know, because I hate lane assist.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at concentrating on where I'm going, and quite often I want to cross a line without putting an indicator on, because there's nobody about. Don't need to put an indicator on. The highway code says if there's nobody about, you don't need to tell anybody, you don't need to indicate. And yet you do that in a adaptive steering, and
it's forcing you back.
It's trying to make you crash.
So I haven't got any vehicles that have got any of the lane assist stuff in. My parents have got a Mercedes that's got all that stuff in it. But we hired a Volvo XC60, I think it was, a brand new one to go to Europe, just do a little boys trip. I flipping loved it. It had because I drive cars that don't have any of this stuff, but I used it and I was like, yo, this is cool. Like adaptive cruise, adaptive braking. I was loving it. I
hate that as well.
I really liked it.
I think I'm a control freak. I like to be in control, and I like to set at a certain speed, and I'll quite happily drive from Yorkshire to London just using the cruise control, on and off, and with my judgment, not the car's judgment. I mean, I like to have the brain, not...
I think it's good having all this stuff, whether you use it or you don't. I think it's good having this stuff, but if people get too used to it, they lose concentration.
You're switching people off from the
exactly. Yeah, because there's, like, for example, with that Volvo, when we were driving, as soon as we got into Europe, and as we were driving, and I had the adaptive cruise on, I used to leave the adaptive cruise on, and I'd just literally have a hand on the wheel and just driving, and it would speed up, slow down, press the indicator, it would just move by itself.
Have a quick nap.
Which was great. But the downside with it is I wasn't concentrating on the road like how I would if I was in my van or my car. Do you see what I mean? Because I was expecting the car to do everything. But if somebody had suddenly come out from the side, I wouldn't even be thinking about that.
Be aware of it.
Yeah, I'm expecting the car to do everything. And I think that's where it's going to cause a problem, is there's too many people relying on the technology. Technology's there to assist. It's not there to take over. And I think a lot of people sort of don't see that side of it. A lot of people think, oh, yeah, but it's got cruise control, it's got adaptive cruise, adaptive braking, it means I don't have to do anything. And Tesla's kind of made it more so like that, because it was like, yeah, just sit in your car and let the car take you to work.
Scary.
Yeah.
That really scares me.
That's something projects, you were saying about projects, that's something I want to do. So I want to build a full, and I've seen it done before loads, but I'd love to build a full radio controlled car.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
radio controlled
real car.
Full size. Yeah. Like they do in the films.
I've seen that stuff. I know what's involved. I know what we need to do. And that is something that I'd like to do. That leads me to a project that I've been invited to work on with, there's a YouTubers called Hazelnuts. And you probably don't know them. They used to own a company called Felton. And they do a lot of stuff with EVs.
Now, heard of Felton?
Yeah, you would have. Yeah. You would have heard of Felton. They do a lot of work with EVs. Like they create old cars with full battery packs, this, that, the other, and everything. And they are working on a project at the minute, which Lando Norris and Piastri will be driving this. I can't say what it is at the minute, but they will be driving this project. And I've been invited to work on that as well, which is
awesome,
flipping amazing. Yeah, for me, it's a big thing. Yeah, to create something like that. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that I want to build, which I will at some point, maybe in a couple of years, is a road-going F1 car, which is not going to be a real F1 car. It's going to be more of a lookalike, but it will have a good engine in it. It will be, because obviously you can't have an F1 car with the tyres exposed and all that kind of stuff. So it will be
similar to the guy. Was it the guy in Germany?
Yeah,
it was an F2 car, that one. That they'd mocked up. Well, then they caught up with him, didn't they?
Yeah, and then there's Mike Lake at the minute on YouTube. He's actually 3D printing an F1 car and the panels and building it. He's built his own framework and everything. He's already built a GT3 RS and put it onto a Boxster body, and he's done an amazing job. Like really, really good. But it just shows that there's so many talented people and there's so much you can do out there.
There is a guy on YouTube he's built his own 6R4 body out of a Metro on a Boxster.
See, this is what I mean. There's so many talented people out there doing some crazy stuff. And I think with the time that we have right now, with technology, with social media, with advice from being able to speak to people across the world.
The world's that big.
Yeah, it is that. Yeah. We're all linked. We're all linked. And like, if you think like 50 years ago, for you to be linked to someone on the other side of the world, you would have physically have had to meet them or been physically introduced at some point. Yeah. Now you can just be on your phone, on Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever, and just be talking to them.
What do you think to this?
Yeah, literally on a video call, and I think this is why I love technology right now, and I think it's a great time to be alive.
So where's AI going to go with cars?
I think it's going to assist it really well. It's already helping people that are building cars.
Yep.
So AI is helping people that are building cars. I just seen the other day, there was a guy that was trying to put an engine from one car into another car, and he had the wiring loom from that car and the ECU and the engine from the other car with the ECU. He literally put the manuals for both of them into ChatGPT, to the full car manuals, repair manuals, into ChatGPT, and said, I want to put this engine into this car. Can you give me the full pin out diagram? Yeah, from which pin I need to connect from this ECU to the wiring loom on this ECU. It gave him every single pin out. He said, can you create me a checklist to make sure I've checked through everything? Created him a box checklist. Yeah, and he went through the whole thing. Took him a couple of weeks, and he got the car started.
And it worked.
Like, this is how you use technology to your advantage. This is what I mean. Most people use it like, oh, can you create me this? Can you create me that? Just like really basic social media stuff. But if you use it to its full potential, it is amazing. There's so much you can do with like AI at the minute.
It's infinite. Yeah, it's your imagination, isn't it?
It literally is. It's your imagination.
It's just absolutely bonkers. Just going back to hobbies again.
Yeah.
I saw you with Mat Armstrong do a little magic trick with him.
Oh, yes.
So is that a hobby, or is that just a one-off thing you've learned to do?
No. It's so when I was young, I used to love magic. Mm-hmm. And I still do to this day. It's brilliant.
I find it fascinating.
Yeah, and I wish I brought some magic with me today. Nice. I wish I brought some magic tricks with me. I do. I love magic. I love seeing it. I love showing it, and I just love being a part of that moment. You know, when you just like, someone's like, how the hell did you do that? Yeah, I think it's so good. Because
I like trying to work it out, but I probably have to watch it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then
I'm the same. I have to figure it out. If I can't figure it out, it will bug me for ages. But I just love that if it puts a smile on someone's face for a few minutes and it takes them away from any troubles that they might have.
Happy days.
Yeah, it's done what I wanted it to do.
Love it.
But yeah, I do love magic. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
Let's get some more videos out.
Have the time for it.
Another channel.
My next trick is how to fix a Ferrari.
My next trick is employ somebody to do some more video editing.
Exactly, yeah.
You've got a busy lifestyle already. Yeah. How many events are you going to this year? What events are we attending?
So we have our own event coming up at the 4th or 5th of July in Leicester at the High Cross, which is, they've basically said you can have the High Cross.
That's the big shopping centre.
The big shopping centre in Leicester, and we're going to be filling it up with supercars. Last year we had Mark McCann's P1 there. We had Chris Slix's cars. There was like a whole bunch of other cars that we had. This year we've got a whole bunch of supercars, hypercars, classics, motorbikes, and there's going to be a whole bunch of stalls there, like motoring related stalls, so like cleaning products, this, that, the other, where we're just dotting around the whole of the shopping centre. So we're basically calling it the P1 High Cross Takeover. It's organised, we've been given the opportunity by a company called Flourish. Now, Flourish is basically a company that look after a lot of the shopping centres around the UK. And you know, when you go into a shopping centre and you see in the middle of the aisles, you see all the stalls. Mm-hmm. They look after all these spaces. So they've given us an opportunity, which I'm massively thankful for, to basically display our car stuff at the shopping centre. Yes, it'd be really, really good.
A lot of work involved.
Yeah, a lot of work involved. I mean, last year, I think we got about 50,000 something extra people footfall come through the door, which was flipping amazing. So
and this year's going to be
should be
upwards.
Yeah, definitely should be bigger. We'll have more cars outside the shopping centre, more cars inside as well. on both levels, upstairs and downstairs as well. So yeah, if you're free on the 4th and 5th of July, make sure you head over.
Leicester, tickets available?
No tickets.
Oh, no,
free.
so it's just
just come down. It's all free. Yeah. Wow. We're putting it all on, so it's just for people to come and enjoy, and young kids to see cars, and older people to see cars. And
if you get a few people interested, then it's worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah,
definitely.
We're going to be I'll be at Gravity as well. Gravity Show, which is another really good show. That's in August. We've got a few Ferrari shows that we've been invited to. One's at Silverstone, I believe. And then we're going to be at the Yanimai show 22nd, 23rd, or I think it's 23rd, 24th August.
Where's that?
In Leicester. So the Yanimai show in Leicester, will be at that one as well. And I think there's a few little smaller shows that we're going to as well. But
they'll be out there on your socials.
Yeah, it'll be on my socials. So if you want to just go over to P1 Autokeys Insta. And
it's been phenomenal having you on. I could chat to you all day.
I could chat to you all day.
I'm conscious of the time. We have been chatting a while. I've got so many more questions. I'd love you to come back and do it again sometime.
Yeah, more than happy to.
Or we'll come to you or whatever. But it's been absolutely fantastic. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have chatting away. And yeah, go on. I've got to ask it before we finish. We generally ask people what their dream 3-car garage is.
Okay.
Is that an easy one?
Relatively.
Go on.
My BMW E30, so already one there. Murcielago, and it would. I think my third one is I'm gonna have to say. It would probably have to be a Lamborghini Aventador SV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So no Italian Ferrari in there.
No.
Okay, that's surprised me. So is the 360 just a step onto the ladder? Is that?
I think so. I hope so.
was that a car that just happened to be there?
Yeah. So the story
you saw you could get on the ladder.
The story behind how that even happened was I did some work for Auto Alex and them lot, and I had to go down. This is when Auto Alex had his hernia operation, so he wasn't there. Rory was there. And I went over to do some work, and we were talking about the Ferrari, and Rory said to me, do you want to help us finish building it on the channel? So as a joke, I said, why don't you just sell it to me? And he was just like, let me speak to Alex. He rang Alex up, and Alex is like, well, look, if Dips wants it, he can have it for what we paid for it. And Rory's like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't have Ferrari money, so now I need to figure out how I'm going to pay you. We worked out a deal, and that, as they say, rest is history. So, but it wasn't a car that was ever on my radar either. It was just the fact that, and for me, it is my way to get into a supercar.
I get it.
And then from that, we'll build something else. And
I looked at 360s way back, probably mid 2000s, and they were cheap.
Yeah,
still
are.
Yeah.
The
creeping.
The creeping up slowly. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. My one is by no means a minter.
It needs a spit and polish, doesn't it?
But the thing is, because it's not a mint car, it means I can go and have fun with it and not worry that it's going to get a scratch on it or this or that. So that's why I'm going to be putting a big wing on it, different wheels. We're going to be drifting the thing. We're going to send it sideways. So it's by no means a clean car, do you know what I mean? If it was a minter, I'd even be like, oh God, I don't want to drive it. I don't want someone touching it and this, that. I'm so glad it's not a mint car.
I'm not into garage coins.
No.
To me, cars are made to be driven and used. And I've seen so many people take absolutely superb cars to events and use them. And I've gone up to them and thanked them and just said, well, really appreciate you're bringing up multi-million pound cars out so we can see them, because people just wrap them up, leave them in the garage, and you never get to appreciate them.
I went to Top 555 the other day. It's a place in Oakham, and they sell like supercars and stuff. They had an open day there, and Paul Bailey's Ferrari F80 was there. It was in the showroom, and at the end of the day, he drove it off, and I thought, how brilliant is this?
How many other people would do that?
That would have not.
They'd have gone straight in the back of a transporter.
Straight on the back of a transporter in an enclosed trailer, and that car would have been taken back with 0 miles. And he's probably drove that back home. Do you know what I mean? And I thought that is what it should be.
But I bet it starts tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's it.
It doesn't leak.
Exactly. But no, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely
as well.
brilliant, Dips.
Thank you so much.
Very much, mate. Check the show notes below. Lots of links in there.
Can I do a quick shout out if that's all right?
Of course you can. Be my guest.
Thank you so much. If everyone could go over to my YouTube channel, which is P1 Autokeys on YouTube, and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. I do have my Instagram as well, which is again P1 Autokeys on Instagram. And if anyone does need any car keys or any diagnostics, electronics doing, give us a shout.
Thanks ever so much.
Thank you.